Hey. Okay, I wanted to check if this is gonna be too, yeah, it's too backlit. I wanted to leave the door open because it's so nice this morning. Um, we had this like huge storm last night, so this morning is really lush and it's really cool. But I think I have to close the door because it's like super bright. The whole point would be to see. The whole point would be to see like the beautiful greenery, but you can't see anything because it's so backlit. So I don't think it's working. Good morning. Yes. So as DV pointed out, the chat's turned on to subscribers only. Actually, I did this like on a stream a while ago, and then I forgot you have to do it for every single one. And I would do it every time, but not have such a delay for sending chats. But yeah, somebody who was actually a subscriber was trolling me the other day, and it's just like, I don't really care. It doesn't like hurt my feelings, but I don't want it to like deter from other people having a chit chat. Yeah, it's just like annoying. It's annoying more than anything else. And I don't always have a moderator handy. Somebody said there's noise in the background. It's probably the fan. I can unplug it. Or I can do that. That gets rid of it a little bit, then it comes back when I talk. So let me shut the door. And turn off the fan. I'll be right back. Okay. See, a lot different vibe, isn't it? All right. How is that now? There may just be, it could just be like residual static anyway from having a big sound setup. It happens. Hi, everybody. It's so nice to see like some unfamiliar names in the chat. Welcome. Okay, so on this live stream, we're going to learn You Can Call Me Al. I think you'll be surprised at how like simple it is, and it's why I selected it for like the live lesson. It's just such an interesting like production, the sounds and stuff that he used in the production. So it comes across as like it's really complicated. And also it's like a lot of lyrics, right? And the style of it is very chit-chatty. So you really have to have the lyrics like, you have to really be confident with the lyrics in your brain to play it. But for just playing the chords, it's not that complicated. Well, it's like anything else. You can make it as complicated as you want to, right? Okay. So if you guys want to get all of the play along stuff, so there is a PDF song sheet with like the lyrics and the chords and everything on it for both of these songs, and they're available, at the moment they're not on Gumroad. I'll probably put them on Gumroad later, but I do want to give a shout out to my VIP patrons for sponsoring this stream and all of the streams that happen here on YouTube, all the live streams. Thanks to all of my patrons, and if you would like to access the play along materials for this stuff, the like printable PDF kind of things, you can check out what's available on Patreon. It's a little bit different for monthly subscribers and for annual subscribers these days. So it's a lot less time wasting on live streams if you guys check it out on your own. And that's it. Thank you so much to all the patrons. Okay, so let's get into You Can Call Me Al. This is it. Check this out. This is it. This is not the horn riff. I will teach you how to play the horn riff. But this is like all you need for the song. And I'm opening up my arrangement. You can see this one has a lot of notes. It's got a lot of notes about what's going on. And then chords over the lyrics, of course. So we've got, let me go from the top of the page. This song is interesting because it has a polyrhythm. So the percussion is doing something way more complicated than like the melody, the strummed part of the song, the chords and stuff like that. So we can use the island strum, down, down, up, down, up. Or to make it a little easier because like there are so many lyrics going on, in the verse, you might just want a down strum. So for the verses, we're playing F for 4. I didn't put the shapes for this one because they're pretty familiar, but I can show you if you don't know. And then that's gonna buzz, isn't it? I wonder why that one's buzzing. Okay, that might only be buzzing in my ears. Okay, so if I touch it. F for 4. G minor for 2. And C for 2. And if you like, I have a little asterisk on this because there's a note on the song sheet. If you like, you can play G minor 7 instead of G minor. It makes the transition for me a little bit easier. It might make it easier for you. I'm not sure. Give it a try. So G minor 7, in case you don't know it, is the bottom 2 strings of the 1st fret and the C string of the 2nd fret. So for me, this transition is a little bit easier. Technically, we should be playing G minor with that 3rd fret E string and then to the C. I like the G minor 7, and it works. So if we're just strumming down, 1, 2, 3, 4, F, G minor, C, F, 2, 3, 4, G minor, C, F, 2, 3, 4, G minor, C. And if you do that regular G minor shape, it might be easier to play the C with your ring finger, which is kind of a weird flex, but okay. Just because that finger is already on that fret. So, a verse, I'll do verse 1 with the lyrics, just strumming down, and then I'll show you like what it's like with island strum. 1, 2, 3, 4. A man walks down the street, he says, why am I soft in the middle now? Why am I soft in the middle and the rest of my life is so hard? I need a photo opportunity. I want a shot at redemption. Don't want to end up a cartoon in a cartoon graveyard. Bone digger, bone digger. And I'm going really slow right now, yes. Far away am I, a well-lit door. Mr. Beer Belly, get these mutts away from me, you know. I don't find this stuff amusing anymore. Sounds so different without that percussion, right? Sounds like an emo folk song or something. Okay, this is just like the really basics right now. I'll get into the horn riff in a little bit, like the famous part. Yes, so the chorus, because this is actually really simple just to play like the main stuff of the song. The chorus, we're playing F for 2, C for 2, B flat for 2, and C for 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. F, C, B flat, C. F, C, B flat, C. If you be my bodyguard, I can be your long lost pal. I can call you Betty. Betty, if you call me out. Call me out. There's a frog coming up my throat now. It's really early in the morning here, so the frogs are waking up. Excuse me. So this little chorus thing, the F, C, B flat, C, this is what I like to call home base. So sometimes songs will have this like ongoing like marching riff that occurs a lot in a song, not just like in the part that it's kind of assigned to. These are the intro chords. This is basically how you play like the famous horn riff section if you weren't one of the horns. If you're one of the other instruments, you'll be following this kind of chord pattern. So it comes up as like the intro. It comes up as kind of an interlude between choruses and verses. And it's a good place to go, like if you have no idea where you are in the song, you got lost, like your lyric sheet messed up or something. If you just come here, this is home base. And you can like hang out here until you find your way back. And if you want to have a little jam, as you can see if you're looking at the PDF at the end of the song, these are the chords they use to have kind of like an outro jam, and they fade out. It's these chorus chords. This is home base. If we use down, down, up, or down, chunk, up, chunk, up, I like to use the chunk because it's more percussive. It's more rhythmic. It'll give you a little bit of like a drum beat in your song. We're gonna use, because we've got to split up chord changes over one strum pattern. So when we have these fast changes like the F, C, and the B flat C, and the G minor C, we have to split up the strum pattern. So there's two things you can do. One thing is play down, down for the first chord, for example, G minor, down, down, and then for the second chord, C in this example, up, up, down, up, or chunk, up, down, down, up, chunk, up, down, up, chunk, up. And if you've ever seen like almost any lesson I've done with island strum probably has this same note. And I say it on live streams a lot. So the first chord in the exchange, when there's two chords in a bar, we'll get down, down. And the last chord, the second chord, in this song is always C. We'll get up, up, down, up, or up, up, chunk, up. I think I'm saying that right. That's if you want to keep doing the actual strum pattern. You can get around doing that weird kind of change for these like two chord bars by playing only the beginning part of the strum pattern, down, chunk, up. So each chord will get down, chunk, up, down, chunk, up. And you're switching chords on that last up. So with a G minor and C, it will sound like this. Down, chunk, up, down, chunk, up. Down, chunk, up, down, chunk, up. The whole verse riff, F, down, down, up, down, G minor, F, up, down, chunk, up, down, chunk, up, down, up, down, chunk, up, down, chunk, up. So you can choose like which one is more comfortable for you. For me, I like to do, in the verses, I like to just downstrum because you're talking so much. You're singing and talking so much that it's a bit easier to keep the train on the tracks if you're just strumming down. And then when it kind of kicks in, like everything kicks up a notch with the chorus, then I like to bring in more of a strum pattern, more of a rhythmic strum pattern, because you're changing like the atmosphere of the song. I mean, this guy, like Paul Simon said, this song is about a midlife crisis, about like midlife crisis feelings, right? So in the verse, this guy is freaking out. This guy is freaking out, and we're like in his head explaining how he's freaking out. So if you can get this like suspense going with the down, down, down. A man walks down the street and says, why am I soft in the middle now? Why am I soft in the middle now? Rest of my life is so hard. I need full opportunity. I want a shot at redemption. It's very suspenseful. When you get to the chorus, it's like he's found a little bit of relief in a friend. A friend. Actually, I always thought that this lyric was, I can call you Eddie, like it was a friendship. Like it was a song about friendship. Two guys going through midlife crisis together. No, it's a lady. I don't know what just happened with my sound. It's a lady. It's Betty. Okay, maybe they're just friends. Maybe it's a platonic friendship anyway. But it's like he's found some relief, so we can finally just like let loose and dance a little bit more, right? So it makes sense like atmospherically, theoretically, performance-wise, if you change the strum pattern, change the rhythm of the strum for the chorus. And in that case, I would do this down, chunk up, down, down, up, down, up. I'm mixing them. Down, chunk up, down, down, up, down, chunk up, down, down, up, down, up. But you can, of course, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want, pick whichever strum you want, and if you want to strum down the whole time because it's like easier for you to keep the train on the tracks, then please do that. We'd much rather have the train on the tracks, right? So that is like the main meat of the song. You can play the whole song with this stuff. I'm going to show you how to play the horn riff so it sounds like the horn riff. For me, it sounds cool. Let me turn this one off. That one. Let me turn that one off so you can see this one. Where can I put it? Here, right over my face. Let me put it right over my face. That's a good place, right? Like this for me is fun to do in the beginning, but then I can't, it comes up like in the song when he's singing that this is played, it's in the chorus. And for me, it's really difficult to play this rhythm and sing the chorus at the same time. So I would do this to open so people are like, hey, I know what song this is, that's really familiar. And then let it go. But you do you. Okay. So this is, it looks more complicated here than it really is because we're so familiar with it, right? But we're going to skip the one. 1, F, C, C, B flat. F, C, C, F. Sometimes they add another quick C on that second bar. That's the easy version. We can take it up to the next level and make it sound even more like it's the horn section from the original production by using these like weird looking chord shapes down here. So don't let them freak you out. If you look at this F, this shape is actually the same as a B flat, but we're just moving it way up the neck. So these like inversions, these like special secondary shapes of these chords will make it sound like it has the voicing of the horn group that's in the original production. So we're taking the B flat and we move it up to the 8th fret. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And all ukuleles, unless you got like the $5 one on Amazon or something like that, they should have like little dots that mark the frets for you, so you don't always have to count. And it's like a little landmark. So mine are on the 5 and the 7, and they're on the top of they're on the side of the neck here on this ukulele. So So I could see like 7 is here. The next one up is 8. So this is an F. It might sound a little out of tune depending on what size uke you have. If I had a bigger uke right now, it wouldn't sound out of tune. Okay, so this is F. The next two, for these chords, we're gonna, what's the next one? Da, 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 the C, okay. So we're gonna move to the 7th fret. You can squish your pointer finger down on 3 strings of the 7th fret. And then put your middle finger on the E string. And you put your ring finger on the top string of the 8th and the 9th fret. This is another shape of C. I'm just trying to make it closer to the F, right? We do the same thing for this shape of B flat, the same shape. You're just moving it down 2 frets. 6, 5 to the 5th fret. So we're gonna get that top horn. We're gonna get that top horn sound from the bottom string by using these shapes. Right? Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Sounds so much more like the original production with the horns. Right? Right? And if you want to, if you don't want to play that whole shape, then you just take the bottom string, the A string of those frets, the frets like listed here, 8, 7, 5, and that's your bookmark, your place marker for just playing like that one horn. Yeah? Yeah, yay! Sean says, yay! The part you're all waiting for. We're like, yeah, chords. How do you do that famous part? That's what makes this song seem daunting. Like, not only the fast and lots of lyrics singing, but like how are we going to do this? Be doot doot doot. Cheers, you guys. I have my morning coffee. It's time check. It's 8:10 here. It's 8:10 in the morning on Saturday here. What are y'all kicking in at? I know Donna said it's 1 a.m. Thanks for being here, Donna. Who's got the most middle of the night going on time? I didn't say hi to people. There were so many people in here when I got here. I didn't get to say hi. I said hi to Donna and DV, Miles. Milo? Is your name actually Milo? Is that why you type Milo? Hi, Mary. Hi, Brad. Hi, Tracy. And Sean says, yay. Hi. Yeah, you'll hit the like button, please, if you get a second. I'm just taking a break from, like, lecturing at you. On the PDF that's available for patrons, there is a tab of, like, the flute motif. Now I'm trying to think of how it goes in my head. Oh, yeah, okay. If you ever have to whistle into a mic, do it sideways. So this is tabbed on the sheet, simplified flute motif, in case you want to have a little fun with that. So we've got a hammer on... There's a couple of H's, those are hammers, so you can either just play the notes, or you can just tap your finger down, 3, 3, 5, 3. To make a quick passing note. I'm not an excellent fingerstyle player, so that sounds a little rough, but maybe you can do a better job. If you ever do a better job than me, please post it on Instagram and tag me at Brooke Palmer Official. Thank you. It's 5 p.m. in southern Washington. I'm in a parking lot about to do errands. That's nice. Yay. Oh, Brad, I always forget you're in my home state of NC. Holla. And it's 7 p.m. for Mary. So not bad. See, this is actually pretty good stream time. I used to do them where it was really early morning here. And then it was like the middle of the week, so not a lot of people would come. So maybe I'll start doing the Saturday one at this time all the time because I'm getting a lot more people coming in. Thanks, Mary. Thanks, Ukulele Butterfly. It's not very rhythmic. See, my pride spot is rhythm. I'm like, don't drop the beat. So I don't like to play the finger style things until I can get them like really solid rhythmically. Okay, so we're gonna play the whole thing, and I'll put the little verse and chorus chords back up. If you want to get a screenshot of this, here, put it right in front of me. Hi, I'm the horn riff. Nice to meet you. If you want to get a screenshot of this horn riff thing, go ahead. I'm trying to think of what's the beginning of lyric. If you'll be my bodyguard, if you'll be my bodyguard, I can be a long lost pal. I can call you Betty, Betty. Call me out. It's possible. It's possible to do. I could probably do it with some practice, but okay. This is going off the screen in 3, 2, 1, boom, and we'll put the regular chords back up. Because I'm going to play the whole thing. I'm going to play the whole thing. Okay. Ukulele Butterfly is freezing her flip-flops off. So we had a huge storm here last night. The area that I live in is like a delta island. It's like a piece of land that broke off, and there's a river going around both sides to the ocean. So we get like coastal weather here, and it's like really flat. It's a bunch of rice fields. So weather just like rips through here. The rainy season's supposed to be over here in Cambodia, and I don't know, climate change, it's carrying on into November a little bit. And we had this insane storm last night. It was so windy, the wind woke me up at like 3 in the morning, and then it was just thunder and lightning. And my flip-flops are like all over the yard now. I have to go retrieve them. Everything just blew off the porch that was able to blow off the porch. Okay. All right, here we go. So on the verse, I'm gonna down, 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 and when I get to the choruses, I'll be doing the island strum thing. On the intro chords, this is the FC, the chorus ones. We start with the chorus chords. And we'll do them 4 times to get in the groove. F, C, B flat, C, F, C, B flat, C. 2 more times. Here we go. A man walks down the street, he says, why am I soft in the middle now? Why am I soft in the middle then? The rest of my life is so hard. I need a photo opportunity. I want a shot at redemption. Don't want to end up a cartoon in a cartoon graveyard. Bone digger, dogs in the moonlight. Far away in my well-lit door. Mr. Beer Belly, get these mutts away from me, you know. I don't find the stuff I'm using anymore. Chorus. If you be my bodyguard, I can be your long-lost pal. I can call you Betty. Betty, when you call me, you can call me out. I gotta turn my page. First, a man walks down the street, he says, why am I short of attention now? Got a little short span attention now. Oh, my nights are so long. Where's my wife and family? What if I die here? Who will be my role model? Now that my role model is gone. He ducked back down the alley with some roly-poly little bad-faced girl. All along and along there were incidents and accidents. There were hints and allegations. Chorus. If you be my bodyguard, I can be your Wait, I lost it. I lost my words too. The verse. G minor C. This is the flute solo section. Now we're gonna go back to the chorus. C, B flat, C, F, C, B flat, C. I'm turning the page, third verse. A man walks down the street. It's a street in a strange world. Maybe it's the third world. Maybe it's his first time around. Doesn't speak the language. He holds no currency. He is a foreign man. He is surrounded by the sound. Cattle in the marketplace, scatterings in orphanages. He looks around and around. He sees angels in the architecture, spinning in infinity. He says, amen, hallelujah. If you be my bodyguard, I can be your long lost pal. I can call you Betty. Betty, when you call me, you can call me out. Call me out. Now we're back to the verse. Na 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 na. Chorus. And that's it. Oh my God. If you be my bodyguard, I can be your long lost pal. I can call you Betty. No, it's too high. Call me out, call me out. 1, 2, 3. Do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, F, C. On the F we stop right now. Hey. Thanks, Michelle. I was like, wow, this is kind of a hot mess. But that's actually like the point of the song, is to kind of be a hot mess, right? This guy's freaking out. He's freaking out. Okay, fun fact, because this month had kind of started, there was kind of, okay, let me rephrase more clearly. So far this month, everything we've done has had some connection to Stevie Wonder. And I'm starting to think he's like the Kevin Bacon of the music world. So for fun, okay, for example, obviously Master Blaster, there's a lesson this month. For Master Blaster, it's a Stevie Wonder song. Last week we did Shaka Khan. Stevie Wonder wrote Tell Me Something Good. We did that song. And I don't remember if there was a connection to Ain't Nobody. I can't remember. What was the other one? Oh, Minnie Riperton. He produced that song for Minnie Riperton. And the other one, there was another one. What was the other one? There were just so many connections to Stevie Wonder that I'm like, okay, this is sort of accidentally Stevie Wonder month. So I Googled Stevie Wonder and Paul Simon. And Paul Simon inducted Stevie Wonder into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And because I did a Frank Sinatra song this week, I went ahead and Googled Stevie Wonder and Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra and Stevie Wonder are tied for first place all-time Grammy-winning solo artists for Album of the Year. There's always something. I love it. And also, they did a, wait, did they do something together? They're all such iconic artists. They've done, like, tributes to each other and stuff like this anyway, or have done duets. So I'm like, is this the game now? This should always be the game at Uke Revolution. Like, how many degrees to Stevie Wonder are we? He's just, I mean, we love you, Stevie, because he's been around so long and he's so talented. And he does so many things. That's why he's just touched the lives of so many artists, right? Okay, we're going to get into Heart of Glass. If I have time at the end, I'll play through You Can Call Me Al again, because it's really fun. But I've got something at 9 o'clock at the end of this, a little bit after an hour, this stream. So I want to make sure that I have enough time for Heart of Glass. Also, fun fact, I love finding out fun facts. That music video with Chevy Chase was Lorne Michaels' idea. They had a Paul Simon team or whoever had already made a music video, and Paul Simon didn't like it. And then it was from when Paul Simon hosted SNL. So Lorne Michaels had the idea, hey, why don't you do a buddy video with Chevy Chase? Bye, Sean. Thanks for coming. Thanks, Mary. Paul Simon's a tough one, actually that turned out to be a little bit easier than I thought it would be. But yeah, some of his songs can be really tough to play. What was I gonna say? Oh, the backup singers. If you read the production notes in Wikipedia, for that song, it's pretty interesting, how they did the horns. A lot of the horns were synthesizers, actually. And then they added more horns later, I think. And the backup singers are Lady Black Mazambo. I feel like I'm going to say it wrong. A lot of South African influence in the production of that song. And they go into some stuff about polyrhythms that's interesting in the Wikipedia production notes, too. Okay, Heart of Glass, Blondie. This is the next one. And this one's fairly simple as well, but I didn't have a chance to get the image of the chords to put up. But I will call them out, so if you're not a patron, you want to take a note of the chords, get a little pen and paper handy for that. So I popped this down. We could have done the E chord challenge, but when I saw the F sharp, I changed the key. So we're doing this in D instead of the original key E. If you want to play in the original key, you can use capo 2 with these chords. So this drum rhythm is disco. I often refer to this as mid-tempo dance. I talk about mid-tempo dance rhythm a lot in these kind of dance songs, because they sit right in the middle of us doing island strum or something like basic strum 2. It's right in the middle. One's going to feel too fast and one's going to feel too slow. Or it's going to make you speed up the song, or it's going to make you slow down the song. So you have to kind of choose your poison. Choose the lesser of two evils for you. I like to do the island strum with this song. It's just a little bit harder to keep the rhythm consistent and not speed up at the same time. So there's some different strum pattern suggestions. I'm going to use down, down, up today. And what's funny is I put down, chunk up, down, chunk up. I didn't even put the actual island strum on here. But you can do it. Okay, so for the verse, we have D for 4. This is where you might want to take a note if you are not a patron, you want to get a note about these chords. D for 4, B for 4, B minor for 4. This is where we immediately make Heart of Glass sound like Heart of Glass with this really strange B major, B minor progression. And then back to D for 4. So it's D for 4, B for 4, B minor for 4, and D for 4. And that repeats for the verse. So a verse with some lyrics will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Was a hot now? There was a gas. Soon turned out had a hot glass. Seemed like the real thing, only to find motionless just love's gone behind. D, B, B minor, D. Just like that. D, B, That's it. That's all you need for the verse. This one's much more simple than, oh, they're both simple. I'll stop talking, keep teaching. Part B. So part B, there's part B1 and there's part B2 because they're almost the same, but they change it just a little bit for one of them. So this is the in between. What I feel is pleasing and I'm feeling fine. Part B1, we have G for 8, D for 8, back to G for 8, and then we have E for 4 and A for 4. So we do have the E challenge anyway, even though it's even though I changed the key, but it's only one time. There's no F sharp. So this is for in between what I find is pleasing. Does it come back? No, it's only that one time. It's the first one of these. So for me, I marked this verse and then part B because it's not really a chorus. They don't really have a chorus in this song. Like, she says the words heart of glass in the verses and that's it. There's no like hook, there's no chorus, there's just two different parts of the song. Yep. So with the lyrics, that will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. In between, what I find is pleasing and I'm feeling fine. Love is so confusing, there's no peace of mind. If I fear I'm losing you, it's just no good. You're teasing like you do. In between the part and the verse, you go back to the D and you're just hanging out on the D. So a note about this, and I didn't put it until the end of the arrangement, there are different recorded versions of this song. This is the album recording. I think there's another one. I don't know if it was like for the music video or it was on a single or it was like whatever. Like, this is the radio. As far as I know, this is like the radio single from the album. So it's a little bit shorter and the structure of it's a little bit different. If you just look at the note at the end of the sheet, there are different versions of this song. Another version repeats part B1 and has an extended outro using those chords. So really you can do like at the end instead of just the outro. You can play part B1 again, the one we just practiced, and then keep playing those chords to play the outro. The album version's a little bit shorter, so it doesn't include that repeated part B1. And then part B2. So part B2 is very, very simple. We have G for 8 and D for 8. And we do that 2 times. G for 8 and D for 8 again. I'll get to the lookout thing in just a second. The lookout thing may not be that important if you're just singing it because it happens like in a solo instrumental kind of thing. Okay, so part B with the chords. I'll sing this one that's at the beginning of the top of page 2. Top of page 2. Top of page 3. The top of page 3, part B2. Lost Inside. This is the Lost Inside part. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lost inside, adorable illusion, and I cannot hide. I'm the one you're using, please don't push me aside. We could have made it cruising, yeah. 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 Okay, look out, look out. Ooh, they did something tricky. They did something tricky that also makes this song sound like this song. So they leave out a beat. They pretty much leave out a beat for like most of a verse, kind of. What are these chords? G, D, G, D. Yeah, well, it's like part B. It's like they take part B2 and they took like 3 beats out of it to make it really confusing for all of us. So this lookout note says, the solo section after part B2 has 3 bars of 7/4. What's that? 7/4 means there's 7 beats in a bar, and the quarter note gets the beat. The 4, like, don't worry about it as much unless you're someone who reads, like, sheet music. Just what you need to do is, instead of counting to 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're counting to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's an asymmetrical beat, and it's a little bit confusing, but it gives it this like skippity hop sound that they use in the original production to kind of, you go, what? But it only lasts for 3 bars. You have 3 bars of 7. If you want to split hairs, some arrangements will mark it as a bar of 4/4 and then a bar of 3/4. So 4 and then 3. You add them together, it's 7. Just for like notating on this kind of chart, it's easier to say it's 7/4. If you look at like instrument charts, they might mark it as 4/4 and then 3/4. It's the same number of beats when you add them all up. So it's just easier to put 7/4 on here. So they're marked in italics when that comes up, and it's right after that part B2. It's a solo, and it says some bars in 7/4. It's the first 3 of them. So what they do in this song, and this is what I imagine. This is how I interpret it. Those 3 bars of 7, because it gives it this like tripped up kind of sound, is like someone's holding the heart of glass. It's about to get real interpretive dance right now. Someone's holding the heart of glass, and they're like, oh my God, and then they drop it, and then they drop it, and the 8th beat comes back. So then we're back to 4 beats per measure. We're back to an even number of beats, and in the production, they're hitting the cymbals a lot, and to me, this sounds like the crash of glass. So this is my interpretation of why they use 7/4. Really, it's probably because they were like on a lot of drugs and stuff. I don't know. They were like, those guys were doing, there was the 80s, right? They were probably, they were just being creative. But that's what it sounds like to me. So this solo section that's on the 3rd page, I think they were just, don't at me in the comments because you're mad I said Blondie did drugs. Everybody did drugs in the 80s. Yeah, they were probably just being creative and weird. So this solo section, where it says solo some bars in 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. D, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. G, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then it's just back to normal. There's a lot of cymbal crashes in this section after they switch to the 8. So I think it's the glass breaking. That's my interpretation. D. Now we go to that riding high part. Riding high on love's true bluish light. Ooh. We're just playing D for all those ooh-woes. Ooh-oh. 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 And back to the verse. Was that love and it was a yes? Yeah, funny little section. It's likely that you will not even do, most people that are just singing and playing it will not even do anything with the 7/4 bars, but I wanted to explain it, and I think it's an interesting creative choice that they made in this song. It definitely is one of the things that makes this song sound like this song. Okay, so we're gonna play it from the top. I'm gonna play it from the top. It is fun to sing. It's fun to sing because Debbie Harry sounds so cool on this vocal. All those little like dreamy kind of sighs. What is the one? What's the one I'm thinking? Was that a laugh? And it was a guess. Like it's so iconic, the vocal on this. So it's fun to imitate. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to remember to tell you. So that this is Paulette. She's back from Thailand. She made the journey from she was hanging out at my friend's house in Thailand for a few months, and now she's back here. And it's like I just used her on the live streams this week because I'm happy she's back. But like the sound's not as good. Fully aware the sound is not as good because it's like this stick-on pickup. So I'll be back to the regular live stream one. I just really wanted to use her on a live stream. Oh, I turned this down. Actually, that sounds better. I turned the high down a little bit. Yeah, I think I had the high way too up for her. Okay, we're gonna do it. Do. Any other notes? No. Okay, here we go. Oh, no, there are other notes. I want to show you how to do the other strums. My bad. I've just been strumming down. If you want to use island strum, also, this pickup has a little buzz from this wheel on it. It's kind of annoying. So if you're going to use down, down, up, you have to make it pretty chunky because the beat is kind of slow and it's straight, so it's hard to keep it like really accurate. Down, chunk up, chunk up, down, chunk up, chunk up, down, chunk up, chunk up, down. Actually, that's probably what I'm going to do. Same kind of thing, though, like as in the Paul Simon song, like in the verse, if you want a little bit more like suspense before you kind of release everything into the chorus, you could do the same thing, like just strum down and then have more like rhythmic strum with the island strum when you hit the chorus. Or you can do the down, chunk up, that's here under the divided beat strum pattern suggestions. Down, chunk up, 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 down, chunk up. It's a bit harder though. If you're gonna use a subdivided beat, you have to play it pretty quickly, pretty fast, and it makes it a lot more difficult. The two that I have here, one is basic strum 2, that's really familiar around the channel, so I'll demonstrate with that one. Almost hit the wrong chord. Was I had love and it was a guess. Soon found out the heart glass. Down, down, up, 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 down, down. You just have to do it pretty fast. I might like eventually do that for the chorus, but for now, just to keep it more simple, I'm going to use the island strum. And I said something about how, in the strum rhythm note, I said something about how this bass line in this song is a great example of subdivided beat. If you want to hear, like if you're listening to songs and you're like trying to hear where that happens, 1E into 2E into 1E into 2E into 1E into 2E into 1E into 2E into. The bass line does it the whole time in here, which is it's really impressive. When people do, it's so hard to do. I think it's hard to do because I'm not a professional bass player, but it's that kind of bass line. That's a subdivided beat, and he's hitting every part of it. And it's so good. It's so hard to do. So if you're curious, like what it sounds like how do you find that? How do I know that's happening in a song? It's that like, if you're going 1, 2, 3, 4 in your mind, and there's any instrument that's going that's a subdivided beat. He's chopping each beat up into 4 parts instead of just 2. Okay, I'm gonna play it. And we're gonna do... I mean, you could make a challenge for yourself that you just strum the whole... It's a bit much. Ukulele Butterfly said, my Lucy and Naomi took their first flight right over Hurricane Nicole. Oh my God, without a hitch. Smooth operator, yes. Very exciting. Yeah, the great thing about ukuleles is you can like pretty much sneak them on any flight without any problem because they're so small. If you tried to take 2 guitars on a flight, they might be like, you need to pay extra for that second one. But I've taken 4. I've taken 4 bungee corded together as carry-on a budget airline. It was in Asia, though. Maybe they were afraid to say something to me. In the U.S., they might be like, you're going to have to pay us $40 extra for that. Okay. Heart of Glass, everybody. And then I think we will have time to play Paul Simon really quick again. What's making a tappy sound? I don't know. This is hard for me to hold up, too, during this live. Okay. 1, 2 on the intro. D. Was that love and it was a gas? Soon turned out had a heart of glass. Seemed like a real thing, nothing too fine. None of stress, love's on behind. Was that love and it was divine? Soon found out I was losing my mind. Seemed like a real thing, I was so blind. Most of my stress, love's on behind. D, now the G. In between, what I find is pleasing and I'm feeling fine. Love is so confusing, there's no peace of mind. If I fear I'm losing you, it's just no good. You're teasing like you do. We're on the D. 2, 3, 4. Now the verse. Was I love and it was a gas? Soon turned out had a heart of glass. Seemed like a real thing, nothing too fine. Much of my stress, love's gone behind. D, now go. Lost inside, adorable illusion, and I cannot hide. I'm the one you're using, please don't push me aside. We could have made it cruising, yeah. Now we're gonna do bars of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. I forgot to tell how to do this. I'll go back. Wait. D. G. Now we're just back to the regular kind of beat. Riding on the E. Riding high on love's true bluish light. Ooh, oh. Ooh, oh. Ooh, oh. Verse. Was that love and it was a gas? Soon turned out being a pain in the ass. Seemed like a real thing, nothing too fine. Much of my stress, love's gone behind. Ooh, oh. Ooh, oh. We're gonna do it 2 more times. Ooh, oh. Last time. Ooh, oh. Cha-cha-cha. Just kidding. I'm not cha-cha-chaing. I'm not. Okay, yes, I will. Cha-cha-cha. So I forgot for the bar of 7 thing to, I mean, it's on this sheet, but you can to strum the bar of 7 thing, you can do the island strum, and then you just pop 3 little down strums on the end. So it will sound like this. Down, down, up, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 down. And when I got there, I was like, oh yeah, right. You can't just strum down 7 times. But it's like an island strum, and then you trip over 3 other little down strums. Thanks, y'all. I was like, this might be one of my most favorite poll outcomes, like when the list of songs came up, because we did Blondie, Call Me, wasn't it Call Me, like some months ago? And when we did that, I was like, Heart of Glass is so good. I really want to do Heart of Glass on the channel. But at the time, I didn't want to do it like right after we had just done Blondie, even though I doubled up Smokey Robinson recently. Yeah, I didn't. I'm like, maybe it'll probably come up later. Like we'll put it on the shelf and think about it. So I'm really glad that this song won, because it's very cool. It's a really cool song, but it's pretty easy to play. So that makes me happy. And it's got that interesting B to B minor change. And then Paul Simon, again, like, we don't have any Paul Simon in the library yet, and it's such a fun song. It's such a fun song, and it's not that hard to play as long as you leave out that riff. Yeah, Michelle, Smooth Operator is a lesson on the channel, and it's also in the library. Yep. Yeah, so speaking of, I want to play Call Me Al one more time. Because it's I kind of tripped through it. Heart of Glass is definitely the easier of these 2 to play. So I'm going to play You Can Call Me Al one more time, and then we're going to wrap it up, because I've got a meeting at 9 o'clock in 10 minutes. I've got a meeting at 9 o'clock. Maybe I should not wear my Golden Girls shirt for that meeting. Mary said I can see you doing Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard. See, I haven't done that one because I'm pretty sure it's really difficult. Most of his stuff, I think, has not made it on. That might be a lie, but I think just it comes across as really difficult, but kind of the way that You Can Call Me Al does, but actually when you like take it apart, you can make it simpler. Julio Down the Schoolyard. I think it has this really jaunty guitar riff that's really hard to play, and that's why. It's the same reason I haven't done, and they actually have kind of the same feel. The same reason I haven't done Big Yellow Taxi, Joni Mitchell, because the guitar riff is so hard to play. The rhythm of it. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna play. Sean, you're back just in time to hear You Can Call Me Al again. We just finished Heart of Glass. I want to do You Can Call Me Al one more time, to make it a little neater. Maybe get like a nice clip for the channel, a nice cover clip. Okay, here we go on the intro. I have to switch gears. Man walks down the street, says, okay. 1, 2, on the F intro. F, C, B flat, C. C, B flat, C, F. Here we go. A man walks down the street, he says, why am I soft in the middle now? Why am I soft in the middle now? The rest of my life is so hard. I need a photo opportunity. I want a shot at redemption. I don't want to have a cartoon in a cartoon graveyard. Bone digger, dogs in the moonlight. Far away in my well-lit door. Mr. Beer Billy, get these mutts away from me, you know. I don't find this stuff amusing anymore. If you be my bodyguard, I can be a long lost pal. he says, why am I short of attention now? Got a little short little span of attention now. Oh, my nights are so long. Where's my wife and family? What if I die here? Who'll be my role model? Now that my role model is gone, gone. Duck back down the alley with some roly-poly little bat-faced girl. All along and along there were incidents and accidents. There were hints and allegations. If you be my bodyguard, I can be a long lost pal. I can call you Betty, Betty when you call me, you can call me out, call me out. Oops, I changed too early. F, G minor, C, F. Interlude, F, C, B flat, C. Okay, I love the verse coming up because it reminds me of living in Southeast Asia. I'm like, that's me. Every time I've heard this since I started traveling, I'm like, oh, that's me. A woman walks down the street. It's a street in a strange world. Maybe it's the third world. Maybe it's her first time around. She doesn't speak the language. She holds no currency. She is a foreign woman. She is surrounded by the sound. Cattle in the marketplace, scatterings and orphanages. She looks around and around. She sees angels in the architecture. Spinning in infinity, she says, amen, hallelujah. If you be my bodyguard, I can be your long lost pal. Ooh, I lost it. I can call you Betty, Betty when you call me, you can call me out, call me out. Na, 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 na. Now we're back to the verse chords. Na, 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 na. Last time, if you be my bodyguard, I can be a long lost pal. Yay! That was slightly less of a hot mess. Yeah, I love verse 3 in this song. Because like ever since I've lived in Asia and I hear this song, I'm like, that verse is about me. I'm a foreign man surrounded by the sounds of the marketplace. Betty, yeah, yo Betty, what's up? I've always, until I made this arrangement, I thought it was Eddie. Eddie, you can call me Eddie. I'm like, oh, it's a friendship song. That's nice. Okay, I gotta run, you guys. Super fun. Thank you for coming to hang out with me and play along and jam and chit chat in the chat box. No trolls today. Yeah. I won't have it be a 5-minute thing every time. I put a 5-minute block on chats if you're not a subscriber. But just trying to figure out how to protect the chat a little bit more because it's so... Yeah, thank you for the vibes, Sean. It's such a bummer when someone comes in and just like floods the chat with a bunch of trash. Like, why are you here? So if they have to wait around, if there's a gate, if there's a wait, 5 minutes wait for trolling, then they're less likely to do it. if any of you guys that are regulars on, regular viewers on live streams, if you're interested in being an admin, it's not a ton of work because I'm low profile enough still that I don't get like trolled a lot, because I'm still like, I think once you hit like 50,000 subs, then you get trolled a lot when you get to be a bigger channel, because people just think you aren't listening. That's why they do it. Yeah, if anyone's interested in being an admin on live streams, your name turns blue and you get the little wrench next to your name. And then if somebody says something nasty, you can delete it. You don't have to ask me about it. Yeah, holler at me. Send me a message on Patreon or on Instagram. It's just like having a little badge of approval. It just means you can control what's happening in the chat a little bit. But it doesn't have to happen that often. Usually the only one that's an admin right now is Demi, and she's, of course, nobody is able to attend like all live streams. But when she's here, you'll see her name is Blue, because she's a little admin on my little live streams. But thanks for bringing the good vibes. Yes, the best way to get rid of the bad vibes and the trash comments is to flood the chat with non-trash. So thanks for doing that, y'all. And I will see you next Saturday with In Excess live stream. Woohoo! Peace out, everybody. Much love. See you later. Bye.